Hey everyone, this is Dr. Cooper, and this is a podcast for the ENH295 Banned Books and Censorship class. Today's podcast is the Unit 4 podcast, and once again, the Unit 4 is going to last 3 days, so the 24th, 25th, and 26th. That is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So this is sort of a transition unit. Basically what that means is we are finishing up Any on My Mind. You should actually be finished, but you can spend another 3 days reading that. And then you are ordering and signing up for your second Nancy Garden book. So there's a list. I sent you the link for it. It's also in the Modules tab. When you look under Unit 4, you'll see the link for Nancy Garden books. Or on the Unit 4 page, you'll see it at the very bottom. But choose a book. Only 4 people per group. So in-game, I believe, is already full, but the rest of the books are open. There's one spot left for The Year They Burned the Books and one other one. I can't remember, but you'll see when you get there. So look at the list to see who signed up and then sign up for your book and order it right away. Again, don't be cheap because you'll be waiting for days for that book to come and you won't be able to participate. We only have another week and a half to 2 weeks in this module. Okay, so for Unit 4, we have another lesson. This time the lesson is on conflict. Some of you have already written about conflict. That's great. Keep in mind, though, that when you do your rhetorical analysis or your literary analysis posts, that you can't repeat terms. So if you already did conflict, even if it's a different book, you can't do conflict again. So choose your rhetorical terms wisely. Okay, also, after you watch that lesson 4 on conflict, you are going to write a journal number 4, and this will be your second attempt at a lit analysis. So you want to make sure that you're doing this one correctly, because I gave you some feedback on your first one, and many of you needed to do a rewrite. So hopefully you're working on that. Now the rewrites are due on the same day that your journal 4 is due. But here's the kicker. If you wait and turn them in at the same time, you won't know if you are doing it right. Remember, this is part of the learning process. So if you are doing a rewrite because you needed to, you probably want to turn that in right away so you can get some feedback before you turn in journal number 4. So then you'll know that you're doing journal number 4 correctly. All right? So even though it's due or you have until Thursday to submit it, I recommend that you get that submitted today, which is Tuesday, definitely no later than Wednesday. I'm going to grade those in the morning, Wednesday morning. So I'm heading down to campus and I want to grade them before I get down there. Okay? So you're going to do that, your journal, and then of course journal 4, like I said, is literary term. Now here's the deal with those other questions. So I'm giving you some option. You could either choose a literary term or one of the essential questions. The key thing about doing the essential questions, they're actually harder because you have to answer the question, but you still have to use SOAPs. So you have to figure out what your approach is going to be with the question. So your thesis is actually the answer to the question when you start to write a journal post using one of those questions. So be careful with those. I think you should probably use just a literary term to help you get started with that type of analysis before you choose one of those questions. And I don't think the question, how does the work make you feel? I think I'm going to actually delete that one. I was surprised that so many of you chose that in the first go around because I had never had a student choose that one. I forgot it was even there. So I'm going to actually delete that question so that no one chooses it in the future. There's no analysis involved in how does the literature make you feel. Okay? That's way too easy, right? You're expecting a challenge, I would think. Okay, so what else? So the discussion 2A and 2B, you had to have your first post in by yesterday. The due date was yesterday, but now we're extending it. That's the way the discussion goes so that I can know who responded when they're supposed to be responding. So everyone who didn't respond by yesterday got a 0, but now you've noticed that the discussion forums, both 2A and 2B have been extended to the 26th, which is Thursday. That's not by a fluke. I'm not giving you extra time. That's just the built-in time. It normally takes 2 units to have a discussion. But if I just put the due date on the 26th, everybody's going to just wait until the 26th to participate. So I trick you, not really, but I put the due date on the 23rd. After everyone responds, I give 0s to those who haven't. Everyone else just keeps a blank score, and then we extend it 3 more days, 1 more unit. So that's what's going on there if you were curious about it. Okay, again, don't forget to sign up for your second novel. Don't forget to order it. Remember, only 4 people per group. So if there are already 4 people signed up, you can't choose that one, even if I haven't closed it yet. You just got there before me. Okay, that's it for the Unit 4 podcast. All right, good luck. If you have any questions, remember, ask them to me on Google Plus or text me. It takes me a while to get to the Canvas email system, so it might be a day before I answer those, but the other way I can answer right away. All right, I hope you're enjoying your summer. I am. I'm heading out into the sun and trying to have some fun.